What's up, YouTube? It's Mark from Kentucky back with another video. This one is for Ray from Philly on his 600 sub contest. I want to congratulate Ray on 600 subs. It's a great accomplishment. For you guys that haven't checked him out, you definitely have to check out his channel. He does an awesome job with his videos. Him and Ray do just an awesome job. Ray has got a crazy PSA collection. He does the PSA set registry for the Mike Payne 300 greatest cards of the 20th century. He's number 8 on that list. He's just got some awesome cards. So you just need to check him out. And congratulations again, Ray, for 600 subs. That's pretty good accomplishment. So he wanted us to show 3 of our favorite Hall of Fame baseball cards, and he wanted us to tell about 3 players that should be in the Hall of Fame that are not in the Hall of Fame. Well, I think I'm going to do you one better. I'm going to actually show you guys 4 of my favorite Hall of Fame baseball cards, and I'm going to give you 4 players that I think should be in the Hall of Fame. 3 of the names aren't going to surprise you, but one of them might. So let me show you what I got here. So my first Hall of Fame baseball card is from Mr. Roberto Clemente. This is a 1969 Topps card. Haven't had this card for very long. Really like it though. Loved Clemente as a player. He died way too soon. My next card is a 1960 Ernie Banks. Haven't had this card for very long either. Ernie Banks, heck of a baseball player. Let's play 2. Mr. Cub. Can't say enough good things about him. And I love the 1960 Topps. So that's one of the reasons I've got this card up there as well. And then the 2 players who I think are the best to ever lace them up. The 2 best players I think of all time are Mr. Willie Mays. And this is not in any particular order. I think these guys are 1 and 1A. Willie Mays, 1960 Topps. Just, I mean, legendary player. Everyone knows about Willie Mays. And in my opinion, this guy is the home run king, Mr. Hank Aaron. I don't even recognize the Bonds record because everyone knows what he was doing when he set that record. I know Bonds was a heck of a hitter, and I'm not taking anything away from him, but Hank Aaron is the all-time home run king in my opinion. 1961 Topps, just very nice card. So those are my favorite Hall of Fame cards that I have in my collection. And now I'm going to show you some cards of some guys that I think should be in the Hall of Fame. Give you some stats. I'll let you know why I think it should be in the Hall. So the first on the list is Mr. Dale Murphy. This is his 1977 Topps rookie card, PSA 8. Murphy played for 18 years, most of them with the Braves. I think he ended his career with the Rockies. But during the 80s, man, he was dominant. I mean, when you were watching him play in the 80s, you thought you were watching a future Hall of Famer. This guy played it clean. He never did anything. No PEDs. Of course, they didn't really have those going on in the 80s, but he was a 2-time MVP, back-to-back, matter of fact, 82 and 83. He had 398 career home runs, 1,266 career RBIs, and a lifetime average of 265. He played for some pretty bad Braves teams back in the 80s. I think if he was on a team that went to the playoffs or was in the playoff picture, and he actually made some playoff appearances, he'd already be in. I mean, this guy was just, when you were watching him in the 80s, you just thought you were watching a Hall of Famer. He passed the eye test. You know how they talk about in basketball, NCAA March tournament time, the eye test of how good a team is. To me, this guy was a Hall of Famer. In my eyes, watching him play, I thought he was a Hall of Famer. He had a stretch from 1978 to 1990 where he hit 20-plus home runs 13 out of 14 years. The only year he missed it was 81, and he was hurt that year. Even back in 1991, one of his last years he played, he had 18 home runs. So he was really consistent throughout his whole career. He had 7 All-Star games, and he won 5 Gold Gloves. So Dale Murphy, I think definitely deserves to be in. The next player I think definitely deserves to be in, and it's crazy how he's not already in, is Mr. Fred McGriff, the Crime Dog. You look at his numbers. I mean, he played for 19 years. He hit 493 home runs, had 1,550 RBIs. He had a career 284 batting average. He played in 5 All-Star games. He was the 94 All-Star MVP, and he won 3 Silver Slugger awards. He's another guy. Watching him in the 90s, growing up watching him in the 90s, I just thought he was going to be a Hall of Famer. I mean, just watching him, like I said, the eye test, he looked like a Hall of Famer to me. I think he deserves to be in. That's for dang sure. I mean, he was just a heck of an offensive player. When he came to bat, you know something was going to happen. He was going to get a hit or a home run. You know, he was going to drive in a run. I mean, he had 1,500 RBIs, 284 career average. So he was very, very, very good. So I think he deserves to be in the Hall. No problem. I mean, he should get in. I think eventually the writers, I think, will write him in. On the Veterans Committee, or whatever you want to call it. The third one I think should get in was Mr. Mike Mussina. This is his 91 Ultra and a PSA 8. He played for 18 seasons. He won 270 games. I mean, that's crazy. 270 games he won on a horrible Baltimore team. Most of those years he played for the Orioles. Those teams were not very good. He had a crazy low ERA, 3.36 ERA. He's not really known for strikeouts, but he struck out 2,813 batters. He pitched 3,562 innings. He went to 5 All-Star games, and he won 7 Gold Gloves. So he could field his position also. But 270 wins, I mean, I don't think anyone's going to, maybe Clayton Kershaw might get 270. I mean, that's just crazy amount of wins for kind of like a modern era pitcher. He also finished in the Cy Young Award 6 times. He finished in the top 5 for the Cy Young Award voting. So he was very consistent every year. Really good pitcher. Of course, with the Yankees, you know, he was a big part of those Yankees teams that won those championships in the postseason. Very good player. Very good pitcher. Mike Mussina, I think, deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. And the last one might blow your mind a little bit, but if you look up this guy's stats, and I might be a little partial because at one time he did play for the Mets, is Carlos Delgado. So this guy, he played 17 years. He hit 473 home runs. He had 1,512 RBIs and a career 280 average. 13 years in a row, he hit over 20 home runs. 11 times out of those 13 years, it was over 30 home runs. This guy he hit 35, 38, 36. I mean, he hit some 44, 41, 39, 42, 38. The last year he was healthy was in 2008, playing with the Mets. He had 38 home runs and 115 RBIs. Following year he was hurt, and he came back, and no one wanted to sign him. I don't understand why no one wanted him to. No one would sign him. I mean, the guy was an absolute monster. He had 9 years where he had over 100 RBIs. In 2003, he had 145 RBIs. I mean, this guy could just flat out hit. I don't know why that he doesn't get more consideration. He was a 2-time All-Star, and he was doing this, from the same years that Sosa and McGuire and Bonds were hitting all their home runs. So that might be why his numbers are overshadowed. But he did it clean. His names weren't on any reports that I remember. Heck of a ball player. And he could have played longer. I don't know why anyone wouldn't sign him, because I remember he didn't want to retire. He wanted to be re-signed with someone. No one would sign him for some reason, because the last year he was healthy, 38 home runs and 115 RBIs. That's just crazy. But that's my response for Ray from Philly. Thanks for watching, guys. Give me a thumbs up. Leave comments. Anxious to hear what you guys think about Carlos Delgado also. Keep collecting.